What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's Akito, yes sir, as always. And today's video, I got a question for y'all. When you think about Pokemon, right, what is the most goated type all time? It could be based on how good, you know, the Pokemon overall are, how good their buffs are, how good, you know, their strengths, the amount of weaknesses they have, you know, anything like that. What do you think is the best type in Pokemon? I'm here to answer that question today. My own personal opinion based on, you know, obviously how good the Pokemon are, as I said, strengths, weaknesses, all that. And yeah, honestly, I really want to come on here and answer that question for myself. Honestly, I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what the best Pokemon type is. But yeah, we're gonna do this tier list today. I got it right here. This is Pokemon types tier list. If you guys do want to do this as well, I'm gonna leave it down below in the description. But yeah, I kind of want to do a tier list video every week, once a week, whatever suggestions you guys have, you know, any suggestions you guys have, leave them down below. I am gonna leave off doing like Gen 2, Gen 3 until I start doing those games. But yeah, until then, we're gonna, you know, do some Pokemon types this time. Starting off, actually, let me adjust these real quick, and I'll get back to y'all. All right, y'all. So we got these different tiers right here. We got GOAT, you know, obviously being like, you know, the best type. We're gonna leave that to one type, and we'll probably do at the end of the video. Until then, we're gonna leave every good type in amazing tier. Like anyone that I think is top tier, we're gonna leave an amazing. And then at the end of the video, we're gonna decide what we think the GOAT is. So we got GOAT, amazing, good, mid, bad, horrible. But yeah, that's my tiers. Again, if you guys want to do this yourselves, it's gonna be down in the description. And also, let it be known that I do not know type weaknesses, all that shit. Like, I don't know all of them. I know like a few, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna change it up a little bit. I know it starts with bug, but we're gonna start with like, you know, like the ones. You know what I'm saying? Like our starters. So we got fire type first. Fire type, honestly, when I think of fire type, I think of Charizard. I think of fucking, you know, obviously Charmander. You know, the whole line. I think I'm thinking starters here. Like I'm thinking Fuecoco. I'm thinking fucking Cyndaquil. Even though, you know, Typhlosion, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got some accusation on his name. I'm not gonna, you know, get into that today. But, you know, just let it be known. Typhlosion, you got some things to answer, bro. Honestly, the amount of weaknesses that fire type has, ground, water, what else? Does it have any other weaknesses besides those? I think that'd be it. And rock, I think, maybe. But I know it is strong against bug type. It's strong against grass, ice, steel. Honestly, oh, I think it's weak against psychic too. Honestly, I think that's our first good tier. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's up there, bro. I think its weaknesses are like pretty significant, and because a lot of these, there's a lot of Pokemon that have like, you know what I'm saying, water type moves, that have, you know, psychic moves, and they're strong Pokemon. Those Pokemon with those moves, strong as fuck. So I'm gonna leave it in good tier, bro. Now grass. When I think grass, you know what I'm saying, I'm obviously thinking starters. I'm thinking Vileplume as well. I'm thinking, fuck, who else? I mean, like, you could think of countless Pokemon, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many grass Pokemon, and honestly, a lot of them a lot of them are, okay. They're okay. Like, you have your Oddishes, you have your Tangalas, you have your Small Lives, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a lot of those Pokemon that, like, will get you through early game, but once you get, that elite tier Pokemon, that grass one that you got in the beginning it's gone, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gone. So, honestly, for grass type, I don't know if it's a hot take, bro. I'm gonna put it mid. I think it's mid, bro. It's weak against fire. It's weak against ice. It's weak against... I don't think it's weak against ground. It's actually... like, it's good against electric. Like, it won't... Like, you won't do damage. Honestly, there's not that many... I think it's weak against bug as well. It's weak against bug. Which, we'll get into bug later, bro. But bug... If man, that shit's already gonna go to the fucking bottom, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I think grass is a good, like, again, grass isn't bad. It doesn't mean that grass is bad when I say mid, bro. Mid means, it's like the middle of the line. Like, there's good things about it, there's bad things about it. So it's like right in the middle. But it's like there's an equal amount of good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does get like those good healing moves, like Mega Drain, Giga Drain, Leech Seed, moves like that. But besides that, it does also have a good terrain with the healing. Besides that, I think it has a lot of weaknesses, and I'm gonna put it mid tier. Now, water. I'm very biased, but water's amazing tier, bro. Easily amazing tier. It's so iconic with its starters, bro. I think they have gone I think they've gone 8 for 9 with their starters. You know what I'm saying? Soble's ass, but I think it's gone 8 for 9 for its starters. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think they've done really good. Its weaknesses are gonna be, grass. Let's see, electric. I don't think, no, not ice. Maybe poison. But, it's super effective against ground. It's super effective against fire types. Rock types, I think. And, I think that's about it. I think. Again, I don't know type. Like, I have no idea what fairy's good against. So if I put fairy in a bad tier, bro, I don't know what it's good against, bro. But again, water type, it has so many good Pokemon. Water type might be the GOAT type. It has so many good Pokemon. It's been here since Gen 1, and it's been able to carry itself through all the generations. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain types that have gotten weaker, but over the course of the different generations. But I think these three have stayed their ground, and they're doing very well for themselves right now. I'm not gonna lie. But moving on, bug type, no debate. Horrible fucking tier, bro. That shit, bug type. When you think bug type, who has a bug type on their team, bro? Who wants a bug type on their team? You know what I'm saying? Bug type has so many weaknesses, bro, and their Pokemon aren't even that fucking good. Like, the ones I can think of right now, Volcarona, pretty good. Who else, bro? Masquerain, I think, is pretty cool. Even though, it has its weakness against electric type and its weakness against fire type. Like, it wasn't weak against electric before, but now it is. Also ice type. Who else is a bug type? Genesect is cool, but isn't it 4 times weak because it's steel bug? We also have Caesar in there, who's also steel bug, which is a big problem. Fire type, 4 times effective, bro. That shit kicking ass. That shit is kicking ass. But yeah, I think bug type is worst tier all time. I'm not gonna lie. I think bug type has potential to be great. I think bug type, it could be great. I think bug type, you're staying down there, buddy. Until you get a buff. Until it gets a buff, it's staying down there. I'm not gonna lie. All right, moving on though. We're gonna move on to normal type. Normal type, honestly, normal type is actually pretty good. There is, I think it's only weak to fighting type. I'm pretty sure. I might pull up the, honestly, hold on. Let me pull up like a little chart so we can like look at it. All right, big shout out to Reddit, bro. This guy who made this fucking tier list, or not tier list, fucking list right here. Mad goated. I think I've actually done really. Oh god, grass might move to bad low key. Look at this shit. Oh nah. It has like one of the most. I think it's second. Yeah, literally tied for second, or not tied for second. Tied for first for the most fucking type. I think. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep it there. I think we're gonna keep it there. I forgot about flying type. But yeah, let's look at normal type is only weak to fighting. You'd think like, oh, then it has to be amazing, right? But normal type Pokemon are, you know, like your fucking, I don't know, like your mid Pokemon. Even though it has, you know, the least amount of type weaknesses, I think it has a lot of like mediocre Pokemon. I think there's some good ones in there, like some good ones sprinkled in there. But yeah, besides like maybe like Kangaskhan, who's another good normal type? That's about it. That's about it. Besides, you know, Kangaskhan, and there maybe there's a few in there that I'm not saying. It's good. I think it's a good tier. Thank you for fucking Terra Pokemon. Normal type is actually pretty good. Like I think it's like it could be amazing. Like I think normal type, if you're just basing it off Terras, I think it could be amazing. But you know, it's like mid Pokemon puts it in good. Again, like this is based on not like, oh, the design looks cool. Like how good is it? Like how are you gonna use it, bro? Like you could say, oh, Eevee looks so good. Like I love Eevee. I love Eevee too. But are you gonna put Eevee on your fucking team when you do? Are you gonna have an Everstone Eevee? If you don't like, only if you're only gonna use an Everstone Eevee if you love Eevee. You ain't gonna use no Everstone Eevee for fucking, oh, it's so good. Don't lie, lying ass bitch. But yeah, normal type, I think it's good. I think it could be better with some good Pokemon, but I think if it had better Pokemon, honestly, if it had better Pokemon, I'd put it in GOAT because it's only weak to fighting. That is wild. Like, that's wild. Anyways, let's move on. Electric type. Let's look at the chart real quick. Electric type is only weak to ground. Now, electric type, I think electric type's amazing, bro. I think electric type has potential to be GOAT. Like we're gonna do it at the end of the video. We're gonna put one of these up in amazing, up to GOAT. But I think electric type being only weak to ground is fucking fire, bro. Like that shit is crazy. Because a lot of people don't use ground Pokemon because of, you know, it has like a good amount of weaknesses. It has grass, it has ice, and it has water. I thought it had more, but apparently not. But I think a lot of people won't use their ground Pokemon and have like a lot of people won't have ground moves. Besides like Earthquake, you know, everyone's gonna have Earthquake, bro, on their team, bro. Earthquake is mad fucking broken, especially against like meta Pokemon. I don't know what meta Pokemon are, but like whenever I was like playing meta Pokemon, like fucking I don't know, but I saw a lot of people using Earthquake, and that shit fucking fries. I promise you. Moving on, let's go to flying type. Oh, before that though, electric type, you know, the Pokemon you're gonna have in there, Raichu, Alolan Raichu. I love Alolan Raichu, top 15. I'm not gonna lie, Pokemon. Top 15 Pokemon. You know, you're gonna have your fucking Manectric in there. You're gonna have Luxray. That's actually Luxray against fucking Earthquake, bro. Earthquake used to kill that bitch. I'm not gonna lie. I remember playing Diamond, bro. My Luxray would die every time because every trainer had Earthquake. But again, electric type is mad goated. That shit's high up there. You know, you have fucking Zeraora. I think he's cool. You know, you have your Zapdos, Raikou. You know, you have your goated ass legendaries. I haven't even taken into account legendaries in this tier list, but I mean, a lot of them are dragon anyway. So, all right. So moving on, flying type. Now, flying type has weaknesses to electric type, ice type, and rock type. A lot of people are gonna have electric type on their team. Honestly, I think a lot of people are gonna have electric type, bro, because of the, you know, like it has one weakness. So I think a lot of people are gonna use electric type. Ice type, you know, it's pretty rare. I'm not gonna lie. Like ice type, seeing like ice moves and shit in the game. I'm saying like in the game, like in game against like some the AI bots. Of course, people are gonna have ice type on their team. Like they're gonna have it in like, you know, 1v1 battles or some shit. But you know, I haven't even delved into 1v1 battles. I'm not gonna lie. But based on just like, you know, the CPUs, a lot of people aren't gonna have ice type moves. I'm not gonna lie. Rock, it could be a, you know, it is a major liability to have rock on your fucking team. I'm not gonna lie to you at all. Look at this shit. That shit's wild. But yeah, flying type, of course, when you think about flying type Pokemon, you're thinking, you know, Pidgey, you're thinking fucking Spearow, Fearow, you're thinking, you know, all your birds, you know, your starter birds. And you also, you know, look at fucking Corviknight right there. Corviknight, I think Corviknight is the best bird Pokemon we've ever gotten. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but Corviknight, best. Like, Corviknight looks so good, bro. I had a shiny Corviknight in Scarlet and Violet, and I also had one in Pokemon Go as well. Wait, no, I didn't. Not Pokemon Go, in Sword. So I think flying's a good tier. I think it's good. Do I think it's a, I don't know. I'm gonna put it mid. Actually, I'm gonna put it mid. Just because a lot of people are gonna have electric type Pokemon on their team. A lot of people are gonna have rock type moves. You know, there are gonna be some people with some ice type moves, and if you have ice type moves right there, it's gonna be a lot of fucking, you know, it's gonna be a bad time for you. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna be our first mid tier. I do think there's good Pokemon in there, like Talonflame as well. He mad fire, but I'm gonna keep it mid. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put it mid. Fighting type. We're gonna move on to fighting type. Let's look at right here at our chart. Okay, so fighting type's gonna be weak against fairy, flying, and psychic. Again, if you're looking at, you know, psychic type Pokemon, bro, psychic type Pokemon are mad broken. Like they're fucking strong. Psychic type is strong as shit. So, but I do think fighting type is very, you know, good. I think it's very amazing. Like the attack stats are fucking high as shit. You know, you got your Machamp. You got, who else? I don't know. Bro, when I think of, let me see, like fighting type Pokemon. Oh, and you think, yeah, exactly, Lucario. You're thinking, you know, Pokemon like that. Let's look at the images, bro. Hopefully there's not some wild shit on here. Let's see. Yeah, you have your Lucario, Machamp, Gallade, Conkeldurr, Medicham, Hitmontop, Primeape, Poliwhirl, or Poliwrath. That's Poliwrath. And then you look here too. You have fucking what's his name? I forgot his name. I literally have a shiny of this, but I don't know his name. Passimian, Kangoro, what is his name? Scrafty, Buzzwole, Beware. Honestly, I think just from like how iconic fighting type is, bro. I think fighting type is mad iconic, bro. And I think, you know, I think it's gonna go in good tier. I think I think it could go in fighting, or fighting could go in amazing tier. Like, you know, if you're being a little like biased on your list and you're like, shit, I love fighting types, bump it up. I think you could put that there, but I'm gonna stick safe and put it in good tier. Just because psychic is mad fucking broken. So, you know, if you got a psychic move, if your opponent has a psychic move, just know it's about to be like psychic or fucking confused ray or confusion, and you're gonna get confused and then you fucking die. And then obviously, you know, a lot of early game trainers have flying types, like a million of those. And fairy, I don't know about fairy because I haven't played the fairy type games. Like I played sword and violet, but like I didn't really like encounter too many fairy types because, you know, that's not when they were introduced. I think they were introduced in like Gen 6 or 7, but I don't know about fairy types. Y'all let me know. Should I bump it to amazing tier? I think it is literally on the line. I think it's good or amazing. Like it could go either way, to be honest. We're gonna move on to ground type. Now ground type, you know what I'm saying, like it's weak to grass and water. Like if you pick either of those starters, like you're winning. You know what I'm saying? Like you pick either your grass starter or your water starter, you're fucking winning, bro. Like there's no fucking way. There's no way you lose this battle. Like if there's a ground gym battle, you win. Now, but to look at our ground type Pokemon though, you know, I'm thinking like Rhydon, stuff like that. Rhyperior. I saw Sandshrew in there. Let's see. Oh, you also have your Swampert, who is a double type, a dual type. Nidoking, Nidoqueen, Rhyperior, like I said. You're also gonna have Garchomp in there, which is mad fire. Mamoswine, whatever, I forgot what these bitches' names were. I don't remember that. Groudon's in there. You know, Diglett. I guess I didn't know Zygarde was ground type. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that. But yeah, the Zygarde's in there. Donphan, Wooper, mad fucking fire. Golem. Again, based on this, when you look at this right here, you're like, shit, this looks fire. But it's weak to grass and water type. Not gonna lie, I'm putting it in bad tier. Bro. I don't know if this is, you know, a hot take again. I don't know if it's a hot take, bro. Even my boy Wooper couldn't save this shit, bro. Even my boy Wooper, he couldn't save it. There's just, bro, grass and water. You're definitely gonna have either of those. Like you could get a grass Pokemon early game. You could get a water Pokemon early game, or it could be your starter. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, if it was like weak to like just fire or something, like all you're gonna have is like your starter. There's not a lot of like Pokemon early game that are just gonna be fucking that are gonna have fire type in the grass and stuff like that. I don't even remember like what Pokemon, has there been a Pokemon game where there's a fire Pokemon in the grass besides like Talonflame, but like I don't know the little evolution or whatever the fuck it's called. Let me think of any other ones. Houndour. But you know, you have to level those Pokemon up. So again, it being weak to both grass and water, and you could get both of those Pokemon in the grass, I'm putting it in bad tier. I again, it does have, you know, fire Pokemon in its thing, in its list, but you know, it's not good enough to save it. You know what I'm saying? Alright, we're gonna look at rock type Pokemon next. And honestly, when you just look at the type advantages, bro. Wow. Like how? How are you weak to this many, bro? How? 5 types. 5 types, y'all. That's a lot of fucking. And let's break it down. Let's look at which ones are in there. Fighting type, which you're probably gonna have because there's a lot of like fighting type early game Pokemon. Like you got a Machop, you got Meditite, you got Mankey, like you got all these Pokemon. Alright, you got grass and water, by the way. So you'll have, you know, again, early Pokemon or your starter, grass or water. Ground type, I don't think there's a lot of ground type Pokemon early game. But not steel, like definitely not steel. There's not a lot of steel type Pokemon early game. But if we look at our Pokemon that, I mean, like, you know, you got, you know, the dual type rock and ground. So let's look at the list right here. You know, you got your Geodude, you got Almastar, who actually takes away that water type weakness, and now it just goes neutral. What the fuck? Amora, ooh, fucking, what's his name? I don't remember his name. Rockruff? Is that what it is? Yeah, Rockruff. You got Gigalith in there. Shieldon. Tyranitar. Who's also going to be 4 times weak to fighting. Lycanroc. What is his name? Terrakion or some shit. Nose Pass, I guess. Rhyperior's in there. Fucking Regirock. But yeah, purely based on this list, bro, I think rock type is horrible tier as well. I think rock, like, it doesn't even have good enough Pokemon for me to go like, oh shit, yeah, it could be like up there. I mean, there's some good ones in there. Like there's fucking what's his name? I don't remember his name, bro. I'm literally Aerodactyl. You got Tyranitar. Laleep is in there. Shieldon again. Rhyperior's in there as well. I think they got a lot of firepower, but the amount of weaknesses that this bitch has, no. No. That shit's wild. Alright, moving on. Let's go to poison type here. I'm trying to like go in order of like when you'd encounter these, you know, Pokemon. So let's go to poison type next. Poison's gonna be weak to ground and psychic type. Again, if you're having your psychic type Pokemon, they're gonna be strong as hell. You're gonna have a big problem late game. Early game, not so much. You know, there's gonna be like, actually nah, now that I think about it, like Abra early game is a fucking problem. I'm not gonna lie. Like when you face an Abra early game, that shit's a problem. I'm like, real shit, it's a little problem. But we're gonna go and look up our poison type Pokemon. Even though, you know, ground type isn't gonna be really a big problem because, you know, you'll have like probably your starter or like an early game Pokemon with grass or water moves. But looking at poison type, you know, you're gonna have Venusaur obviously, who's grass poison. Beedrill, bug poison, I guess. I actually did not know that. What's his name? Weeping Bell, Tentacruel, Vileplume's in there, Nidoqueen, Nidoking, who are both gonna be dual or double effective or double weak to ground type. It's kind of a problem. Gengar's in there. I think we're gonna go mid here. I think there's good Pokemon in there for it to be not bad, like not horrible or bad. So I think I'm gonna put it mid. I think there's good Pokemon in there. I think its type weaknesses are actually I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it deserves good. I don't know. Actually, let's put it good. We're gonna put it good because it also has like Poison Fang. Like, think it moves. It could poison your Pokemon, which could do mad damage overall. And yeah, I think I mean, based purely off those and its 2 type weaknesses, I think it's a good type. We're gonna go good there. All right, moving on. Let's go Psychic type. Let's go Psychic. All right, so Psychic type Pokemon. What are they gonna be weak to? They're gonna be weak to Bug type moves, Dark type moves, and Ghost type moves. Ghost is a problem because I think a lot of people run Ghost types because, you know, they're only weak to Dark and Ghost. I think a lot of people run Ghost type. Bug, not so much, because, you know, who the fuck's gonna... I think a lot of people are gonna have bug-type Pokemon early on, but late game, no one's having a bug-type. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's gonna have a bug-type on their fucking team. Dark-type, it could be a problem. I think a lot of people will run, like, people like Umbreon. I can't think of a lot of Dark-types, I'm not gonna lie. But looking at the Psychic-type Pokemon, you know, you're gonna have your Alakazams in there, which, you know, mad fucking broke. How do you spell Psychic? Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Load! Alright, so for Psychic type, you know, you're gonna have your Alakazam, like I said. You're gonna have your Slowbro, Hypno, Espeon, Slowking, Mewtwo, Mew. A lot of fucking goats in here. Latios, Metagross, Jirachi. Honestly, looking at simply that, I think Psychic type is amazing tier, bro. I think Psychic type has its fucking firepower in there. Like, it has, you know, the names to back up its typing. And I think, like, the amount of weaknesses it has, you know, it is 3, which is more than, like, you know, a Ghost or a Poison or Normal type, Electric. But it has, you know, that punch in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you put in a Psychic type out there, and it's like maybe like 3 levels over the other Pokemon, just know you about to do some damage, because it's Psychic type, again, it has them fucking big names in there, like Metagross, it has Mewtwo, Mew, Jirachi, it has Alolan Raichu, like, it has the big names, Necrozma, Deoxys, like, Alakazam, like, I could keep going, bro. I literally could keep going. But Psychic type is gonna go in amazing tier, and it has the potential to be, you know, up there in the GOAT tier. Dark type, again, when you think of Dark type, you think of like Houndoom. I don't know. But looking at right here, its weaknesses, Bug type, again, not a problem unless, you know, it's early game, late game, and mid to late game, it could be a problem. But, like, not a lot of people are going to have bug type on their team. Besides, like, your rival. I don't know. Maybe your rival will have a fucking bug type on their team. Who knows? Fairy type. Which, again, I think Fairy's, like, really good. I think it's really good, so that may be a problem. And Fighting type, which, you know, is definitely a problem. There's a lot of good-ass Fighting type Pokemon. But looking at Dark type Pokemon... honestly, I don't know a lot of Dark type Pokemon, so I'm going in this blind, pretty much. Who do we got? Again, yeah, like Houndoom, Umbreon, Mega Gyarados is Dark type. Again, I haven't played the like X and Y, so I have no idea. I had no idea that like these Pokemon are in here. So you know, it's cool to know. It's cool to find out and shit. You got Tyranitar in there. You got Tyranitar. Is it Dark? No. Isn't Tyranitar... Isn't it just Mega Tyranitar that's Dark Ground? Am I dumb? I thought Tyranitar was Ground Rock. I don't fucking know. Oh, you got Crocodile in there. You got Hydreigon. Greninja. I didn't know it was Dark type. I'm not gonna lie. Yveltal. Darkrai. Honchkrow. Absol. Like, you got some good names in here, bro. Like, you got some good fucking names in here. I can understand it being, like, someone... Honestly, I can't understand being someone's favorite type. I'm not gonna lie. Like, besides it being, like... Oh, like... My favorite Pokemon's in there. I can't see why people would have this as their favorite type. I'm not gonna lie. And for that, honestly, I'm gonna put it mid. I think it's a weakness to Fighting type. And it's weakness to Fairy. Because, like, Fairy's so good... I think that's a problem, bro. I think it's a problem. And the only reason it's, you know, mid-tier and not, like, bad or horrible tier is because of its names that you got in there. Like, you got some big names in there. Moving on, though, right to the next Pokemon. We're going to go Ghost. We're going to go do Ghost type here. When you're thinking Ghost type, you're thinking, like, Ghastly. You're thinking, like, fucking Spiritomb. Pokemon like that. But looking at its typings, though... Type weaknesses, Dark type and Ghost. That's really fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Dark type, you don't really gotta worry about till like mid to late game. No one's gonna have a Dark type in the beginning. Ghost type, probably like late game, you'll worry about ghost type. I'm not gonna lie, like you won't worry about that shit till late game. But looking at the Pokemon, bro, I swear, whenever I do like the tier list, I'm blanking on like shit. Like, it's like whenever you do tier lists or like naming the Pokemon or some shit, like where you gotta fill that shit out, like you blank. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, you got Gengar in there, you got Misdreavus, you got Shedinja, you got Driflim, Dusknoir, Banette. I love Banette. Actually, Banette, like, I didn't like know too much about Banette until like we started this playthrough of Fire Red, and Banette's in the game, and bro, Banette really carried. I'm not gonna lie. The homie Sackboy right there, yeah, yes sir. Giratina, you got Chandelure, you got Golurk, like Trevenant, Punkaboo. I have a shiny Punkaboo on fucking Pokemon Go. That shit's fire. I'm not gonna lie. Decidueye, Delmise, I guess. Sure, Lunala, Marshadow, Mimikyu. I think it has a case, bro. Miss Magius. I think it has a case. I think it has a case. I think it has a case for Amazing Tier. Because, like, bro, there's not gonna be that many Ghost and Dark types that you're gonna be going up against in the game. I think it has a little case right there. You know, go up there. Moving right along though. Let's go. We're gonna go Steel first, and then we're gonna go Dragon, and we'll do Fairy last because I know the least about Fairy. So maybe the internet can fucking, you know, show me like who the GOAT is. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, maybe it's, hey, Fairy's the GOAT. Fairy's the GOAT. And you know, maybe we'll find out. But looking at Steel type, honestly, Steel type might have a fucking problem. Look at this shit, bro. Weak to fighting, weak to fire, and weak to ground. Ground, not a big problem. A lot of people do run Earthquake, so maybe it is, maybe I'm tweaking. But fire, being weak to fire and fighting, that is a problem. That's a fucking problem. Because a lot of people are gonna run fire starters because, you know, a lot of people favor, like, type is fire type. Whenever they play the game, you know, they're going fire type for their starter. And, you know, you're gonna have, obviously, I feel like everyone, when they play, they have a fighting type on their team, bro. Like, everyone's gonna have that fighting type on their team. So, based on this, Steel, I'd put it in bad to horrible. Just based on that, though. So we're also gonna look at its Pokemon in its, you know, in its group, and honestly, I see some big names already. I'm not gonna lie, I see some big names. What the fuck? Is this Steel? That is not it. Which one? Let's go with this one. Of course, you're gonna have Metagross. Genesect is in there. Registeel, Ferrothorn, Mawile, Aggron, Empoleon, Scizor, Lucario. Like, these are big names. Holy shit. Oh shit, I didn't realize that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on. It's still mid though. It has good Pokemon. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Fire Pokemon. Good ass picks. Good picks. But being weak to fighting in fire and ground, you know, and ground. I feel like a lot of people are gonna have ground on their team actually because of electric type, because they're scared of that shit. But it being weak to these two in particular, fighting and fire, it's mid, bro. But a lot of good ass Pokemon in there. A lot of good ass Pokemon. I will recognize that. I will recognize game. I will recognize game. Alright, looking at Dragon type. You know, when you think Dragon type, you're thinking all your legendaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a million Dragon type legendaries. Again, who else will we think? Like Mega Charizard, Dragonite, Pokemon like that. And if we look at its types, you know, it's going to be weak against Dragon, like its own type. Fairy and Ice. I feel like a lot of people anticipate people having Dragon types, so they run an Ice move. And Fairy, being as strong as it is, like, purely based on this right here, that's a problem. Like, poison and steel? Who's running poison and steel on their fucking team, bro? No one. That might be a... Anyway, we'll dive into that later. But I feel like a lot of people are going to have the dragon type. They're going to have a fairy type, and they'll have an ice move. At least they'll have like a water Pokemon with the ice move, because a lot of water Pokemon can learn ice moves. But yeah, looking at the Pokemon though, you're gonna have your big names in there. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a lot of legendaries. You're gonna have, you know, like, again, like Charizard and fucking Dragonite. You know, Dragonite right there, Mega Charizard, Mega Ampharos is dragon. What the fuck? What? I'm learning new shit today, bro. Like, what the fuck? Gudra, you know, the black and white starters, what is it? Kyurem and fucking, I don't remember. Reshiram, there you go. Hydreigon, and you're also gonna have your pseudo legendaries in there, like Garchomp. I forgot this food's name. Haxorus, Salamence, of course Dragonite, and Altaria's in there. Honestly, purely based on this, Dragon type's really, I think it's good in terms of its Pokemon, but I think a lot of people anticipate people having Dragon type Pokemon. So I think it's good. I think it could be good. I think it could be amazing if people were anticipating a lot of people having Dragon type Pokemon, and then it being able to, like, people being able to cover those weaknesses very easily by having like a fairy type on their team, which is going to be strong, or having an ice type move on like a water type, which they're going to have probably, and having their own dragon type. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna put it good tier. I think I'm cool with that. And looking at ice type now, ice type has gotten a lot of fucking like hate, and, you know, reasonably so. Like, it's weak to fight. A lot of Pokemon are weak to fighting and fire. I'm just realizing that. Like, there's this one, there's steel, there's, okay, maybe it was just two. Maybe I'm a liar. Maybe it was just two. But yeah, you know, it's gonna be weak against fighting. It's gonna be weak against fire, rock, and steel. Maybe people will run a steel move. Maybe people will run a rock move. I've hardly seen people run rock moves. Excuse me. But yeah, this being here, problem. But ice type did get buffed, I believe. I believe it like has like, I think it's like stronger now. Like, if you set up hail, I think it's like stronger like defensively. But thinking of ice type Pokemon, not a lot come to mind besides like maybe like Ninetales, Alolan Ninetales, and like Pokemon like that. But looking at our list, where the is this it? Oh no, here it is. Okay, shout out to this guy. I don't know, Tom Salazar. I'm using your thumbnail. Thank you, bro. Thank you for providing right here. But yeah, looking at this list right here, you got Glalie or whatever. Ah! I stuttered so bad. Oh my god, whatever that Pokemon's name is. Dugong, Glaceon, Kyurem. You got the fused Kyurems. You got, you know, like Abomasnow is here. Yeah, Abomasnow. Lapras, Articuno. I think it has cool Pokemon in there. I don't think it's good enough for it to be like, you know what I'm saying, like, get out of bad tier. By the way, slight spoiler, it's gonna be in bad tier. I think it has good Pokemon, but it being weak to, you know, those types, and it not having like high caliber Pokemon like Steel type, it's gonna be down here where Steel type would have been if it didn't have, you know, those big names in there. All right, so last but not least, Fairy type. Again, looking at the chart, Fairy type is weak to Poison and Steel. That is fucking wild. Because hardly anyone's running Poison unless it's like, what's it called? What's that move called? The one that poisons you? Like, I don't, whatever the fuck that one's called. Like, no one's running any Poison moves besides that move. Steel, I've hardly seen anyone run steel moves. Like, that shit's wild. But looking at fairy Pokemon, I'm thinking like, you know, not Glaceon, fucking Sylveon. What other Pokemon are even in there? Oh, they added like fairy types to like a lot of... Oh, shit! Hold on. It has a case, bro. Look at this fucking shit. I mean, Clefable, sure. Wigglytuff, no, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But it has like Togekiss. Is that yeah, that's Togekiss. Gardevoir. It has Mawile. It has Xerneas. Honestly, not anything crazy. Not anything that crazy. Whimsicott, like Mega Altaria. Not anything like wild, but it having the weaknesses of just poison and steel, that shit goes amazing to you. Like, no one's running that shit. No one. No one's running that shit, bro. But yeah, this is my list right now. But yeah, let's look at the top 5 right here, and we're gonna pick, you know, who's gonna be the best one. Water. I think I might go water, bro, because I think there's a lot of good things about water type. You know, there's your electric type. One weakness is, you know, it's gonna be amazing, and the names in there is actually pretty good. Like, it has, you know, names to back up its typing. Psychic, you know, it has, you know, again, names to back up its typing. It's strong as hell. Ghost type, same thing. Literally all these at the top 5 are gonna have the same fucking reasoning. But honestly, when I looked at Fairy, bro, and it only having those 2 weaknesses, I think I go Fairy. I think Fairy is mad fucking broken, bro. Again, this is purely based on, you know what I'm saying, like, just the Pokemon in its grouping, its weaknesses, its strengths. Purely based on that, I'm putting Fairy in top tier, bro. I think Fairy has the names. I think Fairy has, you know, the type advantages. It has, like, it being strong against Dragon type, Dark type. That's about it. Or Fighting type. I think it makes a name for itself, so I'm not gonna lie. And then, you know, you're gonna have like who? You're gonna have like Sylveon, Gardevoir, Togekiss, who learns mad broken fucking moves. Primarina's in there, who's gonna be Water Fairy. Literally the best of both fucking worlds right there. I just realized. I love water, and Fairy's mad broken. Shit, it's a Primarina. Do I have to start using Primarina more or whatever? Shit, maybe. But yeah, y'all, this is my tier list right here. If you disagree, you know, leave it down below, you know. Reason with me. Convince me to put something higher than it already is. But yeah, again, this is my tier list. If you want to do this yourself, I'm gonna leave the link down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you know, leave a like type shit. And if you want to see more tier lists like this, or you have more suggestions for Pokemon tier lists, put them down below as well. I do have a big shout out to whoever left this comment. The homie Titus, he left, you know, do a Pokemon types, and I was like, that'd be interesting, but like, will people like it? Oh, we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here, y'all. Pokemon videos coming real soon. Tomorrow's gonna be our mental health check video. Check in with yourself, you know, make sure you're all good. And yeah, stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for more Pokemon episodes. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. It's been real. It's been Lakido. I'm gonna see y'all for the next episode. Peace.